Hello, and welcome to our podcast, Celebrating Differences, where we talk to interesting people about who they are and what they have done and what they intend to do to make the world a better place for all of us. Celebrating Differences is an initiative of WAAO, a nonprofit chartered to foster community. We believe that each person is unique and special and part of a wonderful whole.
And I take that as an opportunity to change my life.
In this episode, number 99, Ani got a chance to talk with Sally Acevedo about her differences and how she has changed her life in a new place. Sally had an eclectic career. Born in New York City, she was raised in Puerto Rico, and her father was mayor of a small town there. She worked and got a good education and worked in the corporate world before moving to Texas 6 years ago and Austin 2 years ago. Now she is helping people and companies with digital marketing in English and Spanish. You can find her at sallyacevedo.com, that's SALLYACEVEDO.com, or soymujer.digital, or SOYMUJER.DIGITAL. So let's go listen to what Ani and Sally have to say about life.
Sally.
Hi, Annie.
You know, I'm interviewing Sally Acevedo today, and what's so interesting, yes, it's about celebrating differences, which is part of our nonprofit, which is WAAO, which stands for We All One. But Sally has become a friend, a very special friend in the last, 6 months, maybe?
Yes, this year.
She saw us on an article in the Austin Business Journal and liked what we were doing and contacted us to help. And you've been such a help. But more than that, I just love the time we spend together. So that's a pretty nice introduction, isn't it? And I think it's really appropriate to discuss celebrating differences with you. Why would I think that?
Well, thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure to me and to you. But talking about difference, I think that different is what makes life fun. Because sometimes difference give life flavor. You know, it's like ice cream. You have very different flavors, and sometimes you want to try it all, or sometimes you try it one or two. But difference for me is a way to be as a person in a group or a community. Is a great thing because in that way the community is not boring.
I've always hated being bored.
Being bored, exactly.
Yeah, my mother said you hate being bored.
Exactly.
Yeah. Celebrating differences. So I have a sense I am different, but to have to describe that out loud, I don't know exactly how I do that, but I'm going to ask you the question, how do you see yourself as different or unique?
Well, depend where are you right now in your life. Right now in my life, I am in a different place from the place that I grew up, that was the beautiful island of Puerto Rico. As you know, I moved to Texas 6 years ago after the Hurricane Irma and Maria hit the island, very severe. And I take that as an opportunity to change my life. I decided to move to Texas because part of my family is here in San Antonio, and then I decided to move to Austin. Why I consider myself different? Well, now I'm living in a North American state. It's different from a Caribbean or Latin culture. That means that for many people I am different, but I am not considering myself so different because I grew up between the two cultures. As you know, Puerto Rico is part of the United States. We grow up with both culture and have the opportunity to travel not only to United States to other part of the world. For me, that difference is something positive because you can bring to the table new ideas or new points of view. And at the same time, you can learn from the other people who are different from you.
You really get it and articulate it so well. Yet we are each different. So how would you describe yourself as different?
From the point of view of aging or age,
Whatever. 'Cause let's do it as open-ended as possible to start with. Okay. And then maybe I'll think of other things to ask.
okay, let's talk about generations. Generation, of course, depends where you born or where you grow or in what culture. The generation is different. But talking about difference between generations, I repeat again, some generations are new. We maybe are an older generation, as they call us, the baby boomer, anyone who born between the 40s and the 60s. But I don't think that age define us because the greatest thing that we have now is the access to so many information through the internet, and in some point that keep us young because every day you need to learn new things on how the world is moving, the new generation that is different from our parents, is different from our sons or grandsons. But I think that for me, I am in the digital marketing industry, and every time is a different one. I need to learn something new, and I learn something new from others.
Digital marketing industry. What is that?
That means that I work with the internet, with digital marketing, with the social media, but in reality, I work with communication because doesn't matter what is the medium, internet, television, radio, newspaper. The medium in general is communication, but what I love about digital marketing is that you have the opportunity to use the internet to connect with the rest of the world. Right now, you don't have limits or boundaries. You can talk with everyone in the world. And through the digital marketing, I help other people to use the internet to close the digital bridge or the digital gap.
So when I think of celebrating differences, if I were in Puerto Rico with you, okay, it would be a different discussion versus you being here in the United States now for 6 years and in Austin for a couple years, is it?
Yes.
Yes. So in that sense, that's a difference, right? Just a difference. Yet deep in our core, other than where we're from and so forth, we have a uniqueness, each of us. Gifts and shortcomings and family backgrounds and so forth. So what stands out to you as your part of you that makes you special, different, special, different?
Well, other than my red hair and my red glasses, I think that I'm very curious, Annie. I am a person who always is looking how I can do that better, or how I can improve myself, or how can I improve my life. Sometimes we lost that curiosity over the years, But for me, what some people say, I keep my heart as a child heart that is open to curiosity and to know other people and to do new things. Doesn't matter that sometimes it's a challenge because, as you know, even moving from one state to another, from one house to another, is a challenge for everyone. For me, from being talking in Spanish all the time to talking in both languages now is an adventure. But I think that my difference is I am very curious. Um, and I consider that an asset. Sometimes put me in trouble, but sometimes open a lot of door for me.
Well, your English has improved since I've known you tremendously. I love the fact that you want to be corrected or coached, whatever word works for you. While some people take offense or it kind of puts a chip on their shoulder or something like that, you're very happy to have someone, do the little nudge of, you can say it more that way than this way.
Yes, it's great to have a coach like you and I because you correct me, but in a good way, in a positive way. And that is good because at the same time, I learn more how to express myself and communicate in English. For me, it's great. This is my first interview totally in English. For me, it's like a wow! I'm not afraid. I'm just happy to be here. But thank you for that, Annie.
Yeah, it's really been fun for me because I, in some ways, have struggled with English. And it's my native language. It's kind of my brain type, and we all have different brain types. So in our casual conversations, sometimes you've said you're so happy you're in Miller or Mueller.
Mueller, yeah.
And how would you describe celebrating differences in terms of our neighborhood?
Okay, in terms of our neighborhood, Mueller. I remember the first time that I arrived to this neighborhood because the farmer market, the one that used to be near the hangar. And when I arrived the first time, I loved the lake and the water and all the houses around. And I noticed this neighborhood is different. All the houses are different, and but at the same time looks very homey. In all the activities that I participate here in the neighborhood, I saw that is a more diverse group of people from gender, from lifestyle, from different culture, especially when you go to the farmer markets. And I'm happy to finally live here because you have the sense of community, but the best thing is that all the community is walkable. Okay, and also, I don't know how you say in English, bicycleable.
Bikeable, I don't know if there's really a word.
It's walkable and you can run your bicycle around. All the houses are different, but you feel that the neighborhood open your arms, doesn't matter where you come from. At the beginning it's difficult because you don't know anyone, but you need to be less timid and more.
Have you ever been timid?
Not lately, but yes, sometimes I'm timid at the beginning, but I am an extrovert, and if somebody doesn't come to me to say hi, I say, "Hey, I'm Sally, I live here. What is your name?" Yes, sometimes you need to take that risk.
And you also live in a very diverse apartment building, is that? At least that's my expectation.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
we have people from different cultures in our apartment building.
And different ages.
Ages too. Yes. Younger people, older people, all depends.
Yeah, I lived in a 55 plus building when I first moved here. And I was very clear after 5 years that I did not want to spend my life at this point with people just in my age group.
Yes.
It was too limiting.
Yes, I think that we need to have that experience to talk with all kind of people, especially people younger or older than us. I don't think that you need to be just in one, ¿cómo se dice? Road, or in one road. And I think that for me, especially young people, bring me new ideas. I have a 28-year-old daughter, my lovely Andrea. Hi, Andrea, I love you. and I learn a lot through her, and also with people that is older than me, like you and Ty, that maybe you are older in years, but you have this youthful, personality that you don't notice.
Thank you. I'll take that. So recently, you were volunteered to be on the neighborhood association, so to speak, and you're being a leader, right, in the neighborhood. And what are you, vice chairman of the neighborhood association?
Well, now I am part of the Mueller Neighborhood Association here in Austin, Texas, MNA, and I am the vice chair for this year, 2024.
Yes, and the neighborhood association, just in case there are Miller people listening, has been going on a long time. I've been here almost 12 years, and it goes considerably back before that. I would say the pandemic and some other issues kind of encroached on the number of people who were involved in membership. So really having good leadership to rebuild that is, to me, it's very important.
Yes, it's super important that people from the neighborhood get involved with this kind of association. It's good for both ways, because in that way I can meet other people, and also I can put my grain of sand and help the neighborhood too. I think that if you live in a neighborhood, in a town or in a city, doesn't matter where you're from, you need to get involved with that neighborhood, because sometimes you are the minority maybe, but you need to to take that first step to know your neighbors, because now you are in a new place, and Mueller is very welcoming, but the person, of course, need to be more involved. And I think that that is a good way, not only to know your neighbors, but to keep the neighbor so pretty and so consistent like this neighbor is, because it's great plans for Mueller neighborhood. This just started. I live here only the last 2 years. This year is going to be my third year, and I'm happy and grateful to live here in Mueller neighborhood.
What's difficult about celebrating differences?
Celebrating difference
What
sometimes.
is difficult about differences, perhaps, not just celebrating? For you?
For me is that sometimes you don't understand why this person is different until you talk deeper with that person, because maybe at the beginning you have a perception of Who is a Puerto Rican? I am Puerto Rican because I grew up in Puerto Rico, but I born in New York. But you can't say that a Puerto Rican or a North American or people from Asia or Latin America is like this because you have many different kind of people in the same culture. Remember that America is new. It's not like Europe, and America in general is a melting pot of Spaniards, people from North Europe, from Africa, for Asia. Everyone want to come to a new world, and those difference is the one who make us like a nation.
I'm going to tell a personal story. The first time I went to New York City was my senior year in college, and I was interviewing for a job. I was going to school in Wisconsin, and I kept being asked what nationality I was. And first of all, I noticed the diversity because I was riding the subway and out on the street, although I was in central Manhattan. And the other was that I look different. My skin is darker than the average Caucasian, which is actually my background. I think that's the first time, having grown up in the Midwest, that I saw that. And then I remember being in grocery stores when I eventually moved there, hearing all the different languages. There's a richness in the culture for that, and it's something we do have in Mueller. I would like to know more people, though, who are not from my culture. I think that's one of the fun things about getting to know you.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the same feeling because, as I said, sometimes you have a stereotype. Oh, this person because he's Anglo-Saxon or North American or from Colombia, Argentina, Puerto Rico, whatever in the world is like this. But you need to be careful and go deeper with that person and try to speak with that person or try to approach in a friendly way, because not all the people are extroverts. Some people are more timid than others. And well, I love to talk with people, but yes, sometimes you need to be to lose your fear and talk to other people, and maybe you're going to meet something or someone else wonderful.
So just to get a little plug in, you also take clients and so forth for your work. Do you want to just describe that for a minute?
Well,
Just a short plug here.
I am a digital marketer, a digital marketing strategy. That means that I prepare the communication plan for communicate through the internet. But also I have other clients that maybe they only need to learn how to use a new app, for example, ChatGTP. And another part of my profession and my business that I love very much is I can teach other people how to use this new platform to digitalize their business or their life, or maybe to do simple things like buying in Amazon.
She taught me how to do this
In Canva. Oh, yes. Thank you, Ty. For example, an application like Canva, that is a graphic design application, you can teach other people, like I teach Ty, hey, that is this Canva application that you can use to create graphic design or invitation or video, because already have the templates and you can personalize your style. That is another part that I love. I love to teach other people. Some of my clients is people or company that I visit in their homes or their office, and I can teach them how to use digital marketing or other internet platform for the daily life or for their business.
So how do people find you?
People find me very easy in my website, sallyacevedo.com. Sally, SALLYACEVEDO.com. And my name in internet, and you're going to find me. And it's another way, that is my other website, Soy Mujer Digital. In English is I am a digital woman, but because I cater for both market, American English speakers and Spanish speakers, is soymujer.digital.
I would think that there would be an important market for that in this day and age, particularly in Texas.
Yes. When I moved to Austin from Puerto Rico, I think, oh, I'm moving now to Austin. Everyone is digital, but not necessarily. Still is a gap, especially between the Latin communities. Not all the people know how to use it, and I think that is a great opportunity for all that in English and in Spanish you can have a person or a company that can help you in both languages, because I know both cultures also.
So our nonprofit is WAAO, We Are All One. Would you tell me how you have processed that since the very beginning to how it is for you now? It might be very helpful for us to hear what you say, and it might be interesting to other people too as we work on this We Are All One in our community.
Well, as you say at the beginning, I met Ty and Annie through that interview in the newspaper, and I remember that you were in the place that is in front of my building, because I would say, this area is empty. What they are going to plan to do with this area? And suddenly I saw the newspaper article, and I said, these people are trying to do something interesting, because I need to say it, I'm 64. But you don't realize when you're 20, 30, 40, you think, oh, that is so far away. But suddenly you're 50 and 60. And the project that you talk about in the article was very deep, very near to my heart, because I always been an independent person, and I want to keep that until the day I die. And through the We Are All One, the concept that you are creating in not only celebrating difference, but bringing a community center to the Mueller area, that cover not only older people, young people together. I think that is a great opportunity and a great project to be developed inside a Mueller community. Because in reality, we all came from the same energy. Doesn't matter how you put the name in that marvelous energy. You can say that it's God or this and that, but in reality, we all came from the same energy. And yes, the energy or the universe or God put in different places, but through friendship and through connection, and give you the opportunity to the other people to express what they are or what they are doing, you can close that gap between generation and between people. And that's why I think that this project can bring a lot of benefit to our community, and especially to the older people.
Mm-hmm. So, what haven't I asked you that would be good for you to share about yourself, about celebrating differences, about what it's like being in Austin, whatever.
Everybody said that Austin is a bubble, and in some point, yes, it's a bubble that protects us from the inside. But that bubble and that weirdness, Austin is weird, is the thing that I like it. One thing that I do is sometimes I went to different festival in the community, and I have the opportunity to meet people from Ireland, German, queer community, all kind of festival. You're going to find it here in Austin or around Texas. Sometimes people say that Texas is in general very close-minded, but I think that we need to put our grain of salt and show to the world that yes, Texas is big, and Texas sometimes can be conservative, but you are here in Austin, and that gives you the opportunity to open the doors to another way of thinking and doing.
Another way of thinking,
Mm-hmm.
rather than
the same way to do the things, because sometimes you need to give the opportunity to do these things a different way, because if you want different results, you need to do the things different.
that's a biggie. Yeah, because there can be resistance to doing things differently.
Yes, yes. And it's not, I know that it's not so easy, especially if it started with, with ourselves. But what I try to do is sometimes I just be quiet and listen to other people. I came this weekend from a few days with my family. Sometimes you need to shut your mouth a little bit and listen what other people said, and you're going to learn more.
So what did you learn this past holiday with your family?
Well, with my family, I learned I'm very proud for them, because few of them also came from Puerto Rico at that time, and how they are grow after 6 years, how the family grows too with new members. And yes, listen to the children also, new dreams, new ways to do things, but especially that everyone is now more calm, and I love to see the love between them and to each others.
Oh, you're a pretty loving person in my experience. So
Thank
I bet
you.
you do. Is there
Okay.
anything different? Is there anything difficult for you about being different, being your own unique self?
Yes, sometimes people do not accept your difference, but I learned that you need to behave, and you need to be aware of your surroundings. Are places and times to be different. Sometimes you just need to go with the flow. Yes,
Yes, yes. There's a time and place.
for everything.
Yes, there's a time and place for everything. Yes, and not everything's in its place always at the same time.
Good, Annie. Thank you.
So, celebrating differences is part of WAAO. I'm so glad that you are part of our nonprofit. I am so grateful for your help and your friendship and all the light you bring to the world. So, Sally, I want to thank you so much for being on our podcast today.
I'm very happy. Thank you, Annie, for this opportunity. Thank you for to Ty. Uh, as I said, it's my first interview in English, and I hope that is the first of many others. And please come here, come to our community, learn more about this incredible project, celebrating different. We are all one, and look for us in the social media and in a new website that is going to come very soon. Very good plans for the
And what is
2024
that new website?
of the
Oh, the WAAO website?
WAAO website.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
WAAOinc.org.
And that's WAAO.
Yes.
We are all one. Well, I'm glad to share the oneness with you, my friend. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Annie. It's a pleasure. And Happy New Year to all.
It's always fun to hear Sally and Ani talk about life. Sally's doing some amazing work with our nonprofit WAAO, W-A-A-O, and that stands for We Are All One. So keep listening, keep checking back. We'll be doing more of these podcasts celebrating differences. Number 100 is coming up, so let's have fun. Thank you.